Mental strength is not a trait you're born with, it's something you develop over time through your actions, choices, and mindset. It's about how you respond to the challenges that life throws at you. It's the ability to endure hardship and discomfort without giving up or losing hope. Mental strength allows you to keep going when the world is heavy, to press forward when things feel impossible, and to rise when you've been knocked down. But it's not just about endurance, it's about thriving, not just surviving. At its core, mental strength is about resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after adversity, to maintain a sense of balance even when life is unpredictable. It doesn't mean that you never feel pain or frustration. It means that, despite those feelings, you find a way to move forward. Resilient people acknowledge their emotions, but don't let those emotions define or control their actions. And finally, they find a way to navigate through the storm, emerging stronger and more capable of handling future challenges. One of the defining characteristics of mental strength is emotional control. It's easy to be swept up by our emotions, especially anger, fear, or sadness. But true strength lies in your ability to manage those emotions, rather than allowing them to manage you. Mental strength is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about understanding and acknowledging them, and then choosing how to respond. When you develop this emotional control, you can approach life with clarity and focus, no matter what obstacles lie in your path. Another aspect of mental strength is the ability to maintain a positive and optimistic outlook, even in the face of difficulty. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means focusing on possibilities, solutions, and the potential for growth, rather than getting consumed by the problems or setbacks. When you can find the silver lining in every cloud, when you can see the potential for good, even in the most challenging of situations, you strengthen your mental resolve and increase your capacity to handle life's ups and downs. Part of building mental strength is the courage to confront your fears head on. Fear has a way of holding us back, keeping us stuck in our comfort zones. But mental strength is developed when we face those fears, not by avoiding them. When you challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone, you expand your limits and prove to yourself that you're capable of far more than you ever thought possible. Fear becomes less of an obstacle and more of a stepping stone to personal growth and achievement. Additionally, mental strength requires a sense of self-awareness. This means understanding who you are, your values, and what drives you. Self-awareness allows you to make decisions that align with your true self, rather than being swayed by external pressures or temporary emotions. When you're clear about your goals and values, you're more likely to stay focused and stay the course, no matter what distractions or challenges arise. This inner clarity helps you remain steadfast and committed to your path. Mental strength also involves the ability to let go of the things that weigh you down. This might be old grudges, past mistakes, or toxic relationships. Holding on to negativity or resentment only drains your energy and clouds your mind. Mental strength means knowing when to release what no longer serves you, whether it's a harmful habit, a self-limiting belief, or a relationship that drains your energy. Letting go of these things clears space for growth, positivity, and new opportunities. Finally, mental strength is about being adaptable. Life is constantly changing, and things don't always go as planned. People who are mentally strong are flexible, able to adjust and adapt when things take an unexpected turn. They don't get stuck in rigid thinking or resist change. Instead, they approach each new challenge with an open mind and a willingness to evolve. Being adaptable allows you to navigate the complexities of life with confidence, knowing that whatever comes your way, you have the strength to face it. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness in our society, something to be avoided at all costs, but in reality, vulnerability is a profound source of strength. It's about allowing ourselves to be seen in our rawest, most authentic form, without the armor we usually wear to protect ourselves. When we embrace vulnerability, we embrace our humanity. We give ourselves permission to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to feel the full range of emotions that come with being alive. This openness is what creates deep, meaningful connections with others and fosters genuine personal growth. One of the most powerful aspects of vulnerability is its ability to break down barriers. When we are vulnerable, we create space for others to be vulnerable as well. In doing so, we build trust and understanding. We allow others to see that they are not alone in their struggles, fears, or imperfections. This shared experience fosters empathy and compassion, forming the foundation for stronger relationships. Number 9, community. Vulnerability is the thread that connects us all, allowing us to relate to one another on a deeper, more authentic level. At its core, embracing vulnerability means allowing yourself to feel. Whether it's joy, sadness, fear, or excitement, vulnerability requires us to be present with our emotions. Too often, we suppress or deny what we feel in an attempt to protect ourselves from discomfort. However, true emotional growth comes from being willing to sit with these feelings, acknowledge them, and let them guide us. Only when we give ourselves permission to feel everything, without judgment or fear, can we begin to heal and move forward. Another important aspect of vulnerability is the courage to be open about our struggles. So often, we put on a facade, pretending everything is fine, even when we're struggling inside. Yet when we allow ourselves to be open about our challenges, we not only release the burden of carrying them alone, but also inspire others to do the same. It takes immense strength to admit when we need help, to show others that we too are human. This vulnerability creates a safe space for healing and for collective growth, reminding us that it's okay to lean on others. When we embrace vulnerability, we also open ourselves up to failure and rejection. It's through these experiences that we truly learn about ourselves. Vulnerability asks us to take risks, to step outside of our comfort zones, and to put ourselves out there, even when we're unsure of the outcome. But each time we face failure or rejection, we gain valuable insights about who we are and what we're capable of. And that's the definition. No matter how big or small or insecure we get, we gain valuable insights about who we are and what we're capable of. Vulnerability pushes us to expand our limits, to move beyond fear, and to discover new strengths we didn't know we had. Vulnerability is also an act of self-acceptance. It's about acknowledging that we are worthy of love, success, and happiness, even when we're not perfect. Embracing vulnerability means letting go of the need for external validation and recognizing that we are enough, just as we are. This acceptance is liberating, allowing us to move through life with greater confidence and peace of mind. When we stop hiding behind walls and masks, we give ourselves the freedom to truly live. This embrace allows the freedom to truly live. Moreover, vulnerability allows us to align with our true selves. So much of the time, we live according to the expectations of others, wearing masks that hide our true desires and dreams. Vulnerability invites us to shed these masks and show the world who we really are. It asks us to live authentically without fear of judgment or rejection. In doing so, we step into our power, living from a place of alignment with our values, passions, and purpose. End quote. Ultimately, embracing vulnerability is not a one-time decision. It's a lifelong journey. It requires ongoing practice and patience, as well as a commitment to honesty and openness. But with each step we take toward vulnerability, we become stronger. We break free from the constraints that fear and shame have placed on us. And most importantly, we create a life that is rich with connection, growth, and the kind of authenticity that brings us peace and fulfillment. So, self-talk is the internal dialogue we have with ourselves every day. It's the voice in our heads that constantly comments on everything we do, think, or feel. While some of these thoughts are conscious, many occur unconsciously, shaping our perceptions and influencing our behavior. The power of self-talk cannot be overstated because it directly impacts how we view ourselves, how we approach challenges, and how we interact with others. Negative self-talk can lead to self-doubt, anxiety, and a sense of helplessness, while positive self-talk fosters confidence, resilience, and the belief that we are capable of achieving our goals. The first step in cultivating positive thinking is becoming aware of your self-talk. Many of us go through life unaware of how often we criticize ourselves, question our worth, or focus on our mistakes. This unconscious pattern can be damaging over time, leading us to feel less capable and less deserving of success. By bringing awareness to our thoughts, we can begin to identify and challenge the negative patterns that hold us back. Awareness is the first key to transforming our internal dialogue and changing the narrative we tell ourselves. Once we recognize negative self-talk, we can begin to reframe it into something more constructive. This doesn't mean ignoring the reality of a situation or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. Rather, it's about shifting our perspective to one that focuses on growth, learning, and possibility. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be good enough," a more positive reframe might be, "I'm learning and improving every day, and I have the ability to get better." This simple shift in thinking opens the door to hope, perseverance, and progress. Positive thinking is closely tied to the practice of gratitude. When we focus on the good in our lives, rather than dwelling on what's going wrong, we train our minds to seek out opportunities, solutions, and strengths. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about cultivating a mindset that believes in the possibility of good outcomes, even in difficult circumstances. Psychologists will tell you it is by unconditional positive thinking that people with the most success rather than failure go on to achieve great things. The more we focus on what we are grateful for, the more we begin to notice the positive aspects of our lives, which in turn reinforces the belief that we are capable and deserving of success. Another powerful aspect of self-talk is its ability to shape our behavior. If we constantly tell ourselves that we are not good enough or that we can't handle a challenge, we are less likely to take action or even try. On the other hand, when we engage in positive self-talk, we prime ourselves for action. We begin to believe that we can overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. This shift in mindset is critical to achieving success because it directly influences the choices we make and the steps we take toward our aspirations. One of the most important components of positive thinking is self-compassion. We are often our own harshest critics, focusing on our mistakes, shortcomings, and failures. However, practicing self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and support that we would offer a friend. When we make a mistake, instead of berating ourselves, we can say, "It's okay, I'm learning and growing, I'll try again." This gentle approach helps reduce feelings of shame and guilt, making it easier to move forward with confidence and a positive mindset. Positive self-talk is not about forcing ourselves to be happy all the time, nor is it about pretending that we don't experience pain or difficulties. It's about choosing to focus on what's within our control and empowering ourselves to take action. It's about replacing thoughts of defeat with thoughts of perseverance, replacing self-criticism with self-encouragement, and replacing fear with courage. The fourth category is that of what we can do. By doing this, we create a mindset that propels us forward, even when life presents us with challenges. Over time, the more we practice positive self-talk, the more natural it becomes. What once felt forced or unnatural starts to feel like second nature. Positive thinking becomes a habit, and our internal dialogue shifts from one of doubt and limitation to one of possibility and empowerment. The power of our thoughts shapes our reality, and by nurturing a positive mindset, we are more likely to attract positive outcomes. This shift in perspective isn't just a fleeting change. It's a transformation that builds resilience, fosters confidence, and helps us navigate life's challenges with grace. Emotional intelligence, EQ, refers to the ability to understand and manage our own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. It's a crucial skill for building strong relationships, making informed decisions, and navigating life's challenges with grace. Unlike IQ, which measures cognitive ability, emotional intelligence is about how we relate to ourselves and others. It encompasses self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social skills, and motivation. Developing emotional intelligence is a lifelong process that requires intention and practice, but it has the power to transform our lives in profound ways. The foundation of emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. Self-awareness involves recognizing and understanding our own emotions, as well as how they influence our thoughts and behaviors. It's about paying attention to the signals our emotions send and becoming aware of the impact they have on our actions. When we are self-aware, we can make more informed choices and respond to situations in a balanced, thoughtful way rather than being driven by impulse or unchecked emotions. Self-awareness is the first step in cultivating emotional intelligence because it provides clarity about our emotional triggers and patterns. Self-regulation, the second component of emotional intelligence, is the ability to manage and control our emotions, particularly in challenging or stressful situations. It involves pausing before reacting and choosing a response that aligns with our values and goals. Self-regulation allows us to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, preventing us from acting out of anger, fear, or frustration. Looking at failure as an opportunity to improve standards or perfection. It also means having the discipline to let go of negative emotions such as resentment, anger, or jealousy, rather than allowing them to fester. By learning to regulate our emotions, we build resilience and become more adaptable to life's uncertainties. Empathy, the third element of emotional intelligence, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, seeing the world from their perspective and responding with compassion. Empathy is key to building strong, meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. When we cultivate empathy, we create an environment of trust and understanding, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper level. It also enables us to be more effective in resolving conflicts, as we are able to see both sides of a situation and find common ground. Empathy is a powerful tool for fostering harmony and cooperation. Along with empathy, social skills play a vital role in emotional intelligence. Social skills encompass the ability to communicate effectively, build rapport, and navigate social interactions with ease. People with strong social skills are able to establish and maintain positive relationships, collaborate with others, and influence or inspire people in a constructive way. Social skills also involve the ability to resolve conflicts peacefully and to work within a team. Developing social skills helps us navigate the complexities of human interactions, making us more successful in both personal and professional settings. Motivation is another key component of emotional intelligence. It refers to our ability to set and pursue meaningful goals with passion, persistence, and a sense of purpose. Emotionally intelligent individuals are intrinsically motivated, meaning they are driven by internal values and goals rather than external rewards or recognition. Motivation in this context is not just about achieving success. It's about aligning our actions with our deeper sense of purpose and being able to stay focused even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. People with high emotional intelligence are able to stay motivated through challenges because they have a clear sense of direction and a belief in their ability to succeed. Developing emotional intelligence requires ongoing self-reflection and a willingness to learn from both our successes and our failures. It's not about becoming perfect or never experiencing difficult emotions, but about being mindful of our emotional responses and continuously striving to improve our emotional awareness. This is where the mastery process starts and begins. This growth process involves identifying areas where we struggle, such as managing anger, dealing with stress, or understanding the emotions of others, and taking steps to improve in those areas. Emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed over time with practice and patience. It is a skill that requires the effort of self-discipline, and one of the most important aspects of developing emotional intelligence is learning to embrace vulnerability. Being emotionally intelligent doesn't mean suppressing our emotions or pretending we are always in control. It means being able to express our emotions in a healthy, constructive way, while also being open to the emotions of others. Embracing vulnerability allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others, creating stronger bonds and a greater sense of community. It's this openness and emotional honesty that fosters deeper understanding, empathy, and compassion in all of our relationships. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most empowering actions you can take. It means owning your choices, actions, and circumstances rather than blaming others, external factors, or fate. It's about recognizing that you are the architect of your own reality, that your decisions shape your future, and that you have the power to change your circumstances. When you take responsibility for your life, you shift from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment, taking control of the direction in which your life moves. At its core, taking responsibility is about accountability. It's easy to make excuses when things don't go the way we expect, but true growth comes from acknowledging our role in the outcomes we face. This doesn't mean blaming ourselves for everything that goes wrong. Rather, it's about understanding that we have the power to choose how we respond to life's challenges. And accountability allows us to learn from our mistakes, make necessary changes, and take action that aligns with our values and goals. One of the most significant aspects of responsibility is recognizing that our thoughts and actions create the world around us. The way we think influences how we feel, and how we feel influences how we act. By taking responsibility for our thoughts, we begin to see how much power we truly have over our experiences. If we allow negative thinking or self-doubt to control us, we become trapped in a cycle of defeat. But when we take responsibility for cultivating positive, empowering thoughts, we create a mindset that encourages growth, resilience, and success. Taking responsibility for your life also means accepting the consequences of your actions. It's easy to play the blame game when things go wrong, but accepting responsibility requires maturity and integrity. Whether you make a mistake, face a setback, or experience failure, owning up to it and taking action to correct it is a sign of strength. It means you are willing to grow, learn, and take the necessary steps to do better next time. This sense of responsibility allows you to move forward with confidence and clarity, knowing that you are in control of your journey. In addition to accountability, taking responsibility involves accepting the present moment and the circumstances in which you find yourself. Life may not always unfold as planned, and external factors may influence your path, but taking responsibility means acknowledging your current reality and choosing how to respond to it. Observing is scary. It's easy to wish for different circumstances or to focus on what could have been, but responsibility means accepting where you are and choosing to move forward with purpose. By embracing the present moment, you empower yourself to create a future that reflects your true desires. Taking responsibility for your life also requires letting go of the need for external validation. Many of us seek approval, recognition, or acceptance from others, but true empowerment comes from within. When we rely on external sources for our self-worth, we give away our power. Taking responsibility for your life means trusting yourself, making decisions based on your values, and being true to who you are, regardless of the opinions of others. It's about aligning with your inner truth and acting from a place of self-confidence and integrity. Moreover, taking responsibility means setting clear intentions and goals for yourself. It's not enough to simply wish for change or wait for life to improve. You must actively define what you want and take deliberate steps toward achieving it. This sense of purpose fuels your actions and provides direction, even in times of uncertainty. And when you take responsibility for setting your course, you no longer wait for opportunities to come to you. You create your own opportunities through focused effort and determination. Finally, taking responsibility for your life involves embracing growth and change. It's easy to become comfortable in familiar patterns and routines, but personal growth requires a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. Taking responsibility means being open to new experiences, learning from them, and adapting when necessary. It's about recognizing that change is an inevitable part of life and choosing to embrace it rather than resist it. Through this growth mindset, you continue to evolve, improve, and expand your potential, ultimately becoming the person you were meant to be. This active pursuit, self-care, is not a luxury or an occasional indulgence. It is a necessity for maintaining our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It's easy to overlook our own needs when we're caught up in the demands of daily life, but consistent self-care is the foundation of a healthy, balanced life. Taking care of yourself involves nurturing your body, mind, and spirit, and it's about creating routines that support long-term health and happiness. So, self-care isn't one size fits all. It looks different for each person, but its importance remains universal. It requires intention, dedication, and a commitment to prioritizing your well-being. Inclusion doesn't mean being perfect, not even excellence. Making progress is my life's mission, and I'm climbing Mount Everest. At the core of consistent self-care is recognizing that you are worthy of love and attention. Too often we place others' needs above our own, neglecting ourselves in the process. But when we care for ourselves, we are better equipped to care for others. Prioritizing self-care is an act of self-respect and self-compassion. It sends a message that you deserve to feel good, to be nourished, and to have time to recharge. By taking care of yourself, you create a strong foundation of well-being that allows you to show up as the best version of yourself in every aspect of your life. Dr. Laura Mary Robinson began. Physical self-care is one of the most visible and tangible aspects of this practice. It includes regular exercise, eating nutritious food, getting enough sleep, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. These actions nourish your body and provide the energy you need to thrive. Physical health is interconnected with mental and emotional health, so taking care of your body is an essential part of overall well-being. Nevertheless, we may not always be able to physically move and work as easily as we once did. When you commit to physical self-care, you invest in your energy levels, strength, and resilience, giving you the stamina to face life's challenges with clarity and focus. In addition to physical self-care, emotional and mental self-care are equally vital. Emotional self-care involves practices that help you manage your feelings, cope with stress, and nurture your emotional health. This may include journaling, practicing mindfulness, seeking therapy, or simply taking time to relax and unwind. Mental self-care, on the other hand, is about stimulating your mind in positive ways, such as engaging in creative pursuits, learning new things, or spending time in activities that bring you joy. Both emotional and mental self-care provide the support you need to navigate the ups and downs of life with a clear and grounded perspective. Reflection is an essential component of consistent self-care because it allows you to check in with yourself and assess how you're doing. Taking time for reflection helps you gain insight into your emotional and mental state, your goals, and your personal growth. It provides an opportunity to slow down and listen to your inner voice, giving you the clarity you need to make intentional decisions. Reflection encourages self-awareness, helping you recognize areas where you may need to adjust your routine, your mindset, or your goals. Through regular reflection, you can stay aligned with your values and ensure that you are taking actions that support your well-being. Reflection grows in virtue. Reflection makes you wise because it recognizes that failure can also be the catalyst for growth. Incorporating reflection into your daily or weekly routine can be transformative. It doesn't have to be a formal process. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to check in with yourself. Reflect on how you're feeling, what's going well in your life, and where you might need more attention or care. Ask yourself what you need in that moment, whether it's rest, social connection, or time alone. Through this process, you become more in tune with your emotions and your needs, making it easier to make decisions that support your overall health and happiness. Self-care and reflection are not one-time actions. They require consistency and commitment. Establishing a regular practice of self-care ensures that it becomes a natural part of your routine rather than something you turn to only when you're feeling burnt out. Consistency is key to maintaining balance and resilience. Similarly, reflection is not just about solving problems or addressing issues. It's also about celebrating your progress and acknowledging the positive changes you've made. Consistent reflection helps you stay focused on your personal growth, keeping you grounded and motivated on your journey. As you continue to prioritize self-care and reflection, you create a nurturing cycle of growth. The more you care for yourself, the more you are able to reflect on your experiences, learn from them, and make adjustments. This process of continuous care and reflection promotes a deep sense of well-being, self-empowerment, and personal growth. This is the legend Charles Lehman. By committing to these practices, you cultivate a life that is balanced, fulfilling, and aligned with your values, ultimately creating a foundation of inner peace and resilience.